Okay, I think I'm gonna play a bit of a longer format. There's a couple of things that I've mentioned this before. One of the big things, though, I haven't mentioned this one before, or maybe I have, is to practice. Yeah, I definitely have mentioned this before. Talking while I'm playing more. I think it'll do two things. One, it'll improve like presentation, and two, it will help me. A skill set that a lot of higher players have is being able to talk through or at least think through all of their ideas while they're playing. And sometimes it can be really difficult for me, um, both in terms of vocalizing, like if I have an idea in my head but I can't actually say it, that means it's not really that solidified in my head. You know what I mean? Like I know the Nimzo is, all right. I know the Nimzo is, b3, bishops, b2, and then these moves. So I can definitely say that while I'm playing. So that's a skill set in the sense of like being able to vocalize more complex things will help me better understand them. Presentation is important in terms of like making videos that are entertaining. And then also, talking is also a distraction. So like I was playing some chess last night and a friend of mine was like over voice chat and Discord we were talking and I got time, so I'm just gonna hit play. It was really kind of throwing me off in places. And obviously like in a competition or whatever, people wouldn't be talking. But it helps to be able to have like a loud mind and be able to quiet it during a game. Okay, so I don't know really anything about this opening for real. So I am going to... Let's just play regular chess. I don't really know anything about this opening. Okay. And it's still too early for me as a person to really have an idea fundamentally of stuff. I mean, I have a good... Fundamentals is separate, but I mean, like, I don't know what this move does. I don't know what the Van Kruij's opening is, or whatever. So I'm going to practice talking more during these videos. I need to practice, there's a couple of things. Board visualization, so being able to have a whole idea of where the board is, or what pieces are where on the board. That's a big thing. I'll like zero in on like a file or two, or even just a square. I'm also going to start making videos. You just want to start developing. That's a big thing. I'm also going to start doing videos about studying chess. See where that takes me. Okay, so he probably wants to go here or go here. Oh, is this Ukraine? Okay. Interesting. Political. Yeah, let's just... I've been reading some chess books, so it might be interesting just for the sake of... Oh, I really should think more about... okay, so where is this guy going? And what are some good or bad moves, right? So... Frankly, I don't know where this is going. This blocks pawns. This bishop is in... Frankly, I really don't know where this is going. I could even go here. Or I'm sorry. I could even go here and he could take. I could take. He might take. And then I'm up in the exchange. Or we're still even, actually. Okay, so I guess this pawn serves to protect this pin. Here's the thing. I'd like to just develop this bishop, but I wonder if it's better placed. Like if I do this, and then bring the bishops here. That doesn't seem like a bad position. Seems fairly well defended. I know very little Russian. I know Ukrainians do not speak specifically Russian. I think some of them probably do, or I think a lot of them do. But I don't mean what I just mean to say that I know. Okay, hold on. That it would be presumptuous of me to. Okay, I see that you want to do. He wants to do this. That's the only good move for this position. So I could kick him out with this move, which would does open possibilities for this. I mean, I can just take with the king. I'm not actually worried about castling too much. I mean, it's not ideal, but I could also do. If I go here, there's no threats. But then that blocks the development of the bishop. And I would still have to fianchetto or But putting the queen here does allow for, yeah, I like that. And then this is still well defended. Now I can push him out. Which again, and then I might have to move the... Okay, so now he's going for that. Let's just push the knight out. Okay, so now if I go here... I actually didn't see that, so maybe I actually just thought he was going to fianchetto. I'm still defending this pawn. There's still no threats. If he goes here, I can just take. So I think we are still good. I don't think he specifically wants to take this. I mean, he could. It's not a bad move. I mean, it might be. I don't know. But I mean, I would just... Would I just take with the rook? Or would I take with the king? Yeah, I said I wasn't too worried about... Yeah, the reason I didn't... Okay. I wonder, if I go here, and I don't, like, immediately take... I think that's tempo. Because if he takes, I take, then... Oh... Yeah, we'll see. You know what? It'll be interesting. At the very least, I don't think it's losing. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. That's one of the things I needed to practice was having an assessment of where I actually am in the game. So actually, okay, so where does he want to go? He wants to move his bishop here, so nice protective move of that, which simply be not simply be. If I go here, he takes, I take. Hmm. Hmm. So I think this is good. A good attack on the queen at least. But I wonder if there's a spot that I can go. Oh. Yes. Now he's got almost nowhere to go. I mean, he has to go back. Yeah, and now I think he wants to go here still. And now I definitely can just go here. Oh wait, he couldn't have gone there anyway because I'll just overprotect that square. Now I can actually move my knight around, but my knight is kind of jammed up. So on top of wanting to do an assessment of where I am, so I feel like I have a lot of board control. My pieces are not more inactive than his, which I think is a good thing. Let's prepare this and then go here to attack. So I'm more in the center. My pieces feel a bit more. I probably should castle at some point, but it doesn't feel like a good position because I want to sort of overprotect this pawn in this square. Do I care about that? He takes, I take. I can fork the king. Yeah. We are good on that, sir. We're going to continue our regular attack. I would need to be better at thinking about what my opponent is doing. And unfortunately, that's not just. I assume at higher levels, yeah, see, that's what I wanted you to do. Now I want to go here. I think he sees that. I think at higher levels, there's this sort of my interpretation of the way higher level players play is that they're like, okay, there's no way he would, like, they can almost discount bad moves. They're like, he wouldn't move his king to e7 right now. Whereas I still have to be in the position of, okay, so I think the only move that he really has is this or this. I think I could push. Well, let's see how he plays. I think he's definitely got to defend this pawn, or rather, this square to prevent the fork. So basically, it really is only these three moves. Okay, and he did that. Okay. I feel like now can attack this knight. But what would be the point of that? Let's see. I definitely think I'm winning right now. Let's see, I moved 15. I think I'm winning. The question is, A, how good? So this would be a blunder right now because he would just take. So maybe there's a way to do a queen sack. If I go here, he goes here, and I take here, here, here. He would take, I assume he would take there. And I couldn't take back. This pawn would still be here. But I could go here for the check. Or I could slide here and see how he handles this, which would probably... I go here, he'd for sure go this way. Which I guess I could then work the... Yeah. Is there anything really that he can do? No. There's not really anything that he can. I guess he could go here. Yeah, because he would want to move. Actually, that would be the most logical move. If I go here, he's gonna want to defend because this would be checkmate, and he would either see the checkmate or he would see. That's a really interesting point. Like if there are too many threats, he might accidentally or be forced to do the right move. In which case, what would I do? I think I would have to do... I could still do the queen sack. But would that give me a better position? Let's see. We're even in material. So if I go here and he goes here, I go check, take. That still wouldn't actually win me the queen. So you'd move the queen like here or here even. Yeah, so that's not a good move. Let's try and, if we kick the knight out now. If we kick the knight out now, he goes here. We could even push on. I think I want to move this guy up, then kick him out. Castles. I could, yeah. That's so many moves though. Because I want these rooks connected. Because if I go here and then kick him out, takes, opens up this rook, and I just lose a rook. Right. Yeah, so let's do let's castle. I like that. Yeah, and I think I'm gonna have to play like this for a while. Um, okay. Interesting. Because I think that's a complete blunder. I probably should have thought about that a lot more. I think I'm still up material, so I think I want that. Now he definitely cannot castle. If I go here, takes, check, maybe even check, or no, check. He has to take. I could then do. Yeah, I think I want a rook right on E or E8. I might have just missed my chance to fork, but I could also go here and attack the queen and ask him what he's gonna do. Again, I think I'm winning. I'm up material. Okay, that was a complete mistake. I almost want to pre-move because I think he has to go. I mean, he has to go here, here, or here. I mean, he has to go literally anywhere. Um, and in fact, if he goes like here, oh, he disconnected. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to tell David about this. This keeps happening to my friend David and I. We're just so good, you know? I'm sure this happens to everyone. So there has to be a mix. Obviously, there is a mix of like, what is my opponent going to do versus what I want to do. I think I did that pretty well. We'll see in the review. But this is going to be the one game that I have other shit that I want. This structure looks really good, like a totem pole. I wonder if that's a term in chess. I had heard once, I mean, from a book that I read in like sixth grade, that certain or maybe all any of the cultures that have a totem pole, they were talking about one of them, and they were saying the most important god or object or idea represented in the totem pole would always be at the bottom because that was the structure. That was what allowed the rest of them to stand up. Um, I A, don't know if that's true, but B, do wonder what the implications of that are in terms of like chess. Like this rook, it would do much more on E. But I mean, this is so well protected. I mean, just to illustrate to myself, like look at this board control, and then if I were like here, it would be all like I control all of these squares, and then he controls. Oh, well, I don't want to. Okay, let's do the game review. I would, I like to always just assume that they just disconnect unless they're like behaving like objectively or obviously shitty. I think I did really well in this game. I'm hoping for above 60%. And I'll be really happy if it's 80 or higher. Ah, well. A bunch of misses. Okay, let's see. I didn't know how this opening worked at all. Basically. So these are relatively even. I'm making relatively even, like, my understanding of opening theory is good. So I didn't think this was I said this wasn't a threat. Okay, so they did want me to just kick out the knight. Like I said, I didn't care about castling. That's fine. Eventually I did do e4, so okay, yeah, so okay, so they wanted me to just take the thing. That's fine. I don't like this graph. I think for the most part I was winning. Move 15 is where I thought I was for sure winning. And at this point, yeah. I was like, I know I'm winning because I have board control. So this was just, I mean, yeah, I don't know. On the one hand, I really can't get too bogged down with what the evaluations were per se. I felt rather that the moves that I was making, I at least felt like I was putting a decent amount of. There was only a couple moves that I was like, oh, maybe I should have thought more about that. But I always had an idea, and most of these moves, except for like 1, 2, 3 big moves, maybe even 4 if we're being super cynical, were like 4 misses. Like if I went here, so they just said take the knight, they take the rook or bishop, take the bishop. But even here, I was like, I do want to over defend this because I'm thinking he's going to attack the queen, And, I guess I could always step the queen back or put it here, but it's easier to think about just the one move, especially at this. Okay. So that's it. I'm pretty happy with that. I don't mind having a generally good game with 4. Damn, I was really the only thing is, like, I really do wish. I know it's not really, a win is a win. But you know, obviously you want 85, 90. I should go. I just want to go over a couple games that I had. I was playing a friend last night. He really boosted my ELO. I feel a little bit bad. There was one game where I got like a 90. Yes. This one I was super proud of, and this went like, oh, yeah, this went 32 moves, which means I had 92% accuracy. Of course, it's with the Nimzo, and a lot of beginners don't. Yeah, he basically, this was, okay. So I saw this position, and I thought to myself, wouldn't it be great if I could pin the queen to the king? And I said, the only way I can do that is if he lets me put a pawn on a4. And then he did, and instead of, this must have been a mouse slip, but the last time, I don't know if I showed this game, but there was one game where this guy did a very obvious, this is obviously a blunder, but not obviously a mouse slip, because like, why would he be over here unless he meant to click this pawn or something. But there was one game where this guy did an obvious mouse slip, so I typed in the chat, was that a mouse slip? And he said yes, and with like a crying face or something, or like a sad emoji or just whatever. So I was like, okay, no problem, and I moved my queen to e4 or something, and then I was like, redo, and he said no, and then like moved a piece to attack my queen in a position where I now had to like move my queen again, but away from this. And I was like, okay, that's rude. Anyway, so he does this, and I'm like, fuck, that's it, pinned, you know. So I pin him, and I'm like, I literally do not care because I have check, right? This is not bothersome to me. I don't worry about it. Now, it's interesting because the game recommends I just do this. I guess the queen can't go anywhere anyway, but I don't care. This is interesting. I'll never, not never, but currently it is out of my, it's not worth for me right now learning. So here, it says I should have taken towards the center from the left, you know, d3. D2 takes e3, say. Instead of capturing the queen. But now that the queen is off the board, they say to take with whatever. I mean, it's basically the same eval, but I don't know why one is like 0.04 higher. And I just think if it's 0.04 higher, that's way out of my league, or at least not worth. And so this, I mean, without a queen, it's basically just a sweep. I think he probably just started panicking. You can see here, I just basically, there were obviously it's a 92% accuracy, so it's not great, but I missed mate in 1. This pissed me off when I saw it, when I didn't see it, but when I did the review. Because obviously this is just mate in 1. But in my head, what happened was for this move, he attacked my queen, and I was like, that's dumb. I have a fork. So I forked his king and queen. In my head, this is where I was saying I tunnel vision. It's like, I had the fork, he stepped out, so now I take. And it's like, I still got the mate. And to be honest, I didn't see the mate here. Obviously, I didn't see either of these mates. I didn't think blank blank. You know, I didn't think that. I was like, just get the fork. But here, when he moved this, I said, fuck, now he can't move his king. I mean, that was the exact thought process was, oh, now his king is completely stuck. If he had put his king here, or if he had moved this pawn, like the game was suggesting, I was, you know, there could be an escape square. But there was not. I knew that was mate in 3. I think that's mate in 3, right? Okay, technically mate in 2. 1, 2. Okay, that is 3. Why was it calling it mate in 2? Okay, 1, 2. That's still three. I don't know. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. We're done. We're good. Ended on a win anyway, so awesome. So yeah, I think I'm gonna drop the road to 1,000 ELO, or maybe I'll just call it something else because I don't want every day to just be a chess game. Although I'd have to think. I think this one will still be road to 1,000 ELO, but I'll have to think about the format of the videos itself. All right, thanks.